Do you know why, even after being the birthplace of games like chess, kabaddi, hockey, wrestling, and archery, the land of diversity India wins so few medals in the Olympic Games? Since 1896, India has had the world's worst population to medal ratio in the Olympics. It is laughable that American swimmer Michael Phelps alone has won so many medals as India collectively in its history. But why can't the country that has been the first one to succeed Mars orbit insertion in its first attempt, the country that gave birth to something so acclaimed like yoga, the country that has so diverse a culture, win more medals in the Olympics? Hey there everybody, I am Auritso Chatterjee of class 10. I like to debate and act, and I like to discuss social issues, analyze them, and try to find practical solutions too. I thought about speaking on this topic as we always criticize and judge our country and its talented athletes, but do not discuss the real reasons behind their not being successful. So let's analyze the core reasons that is preventing India from winning more Olympic medals and see how we can improve on this. To understand the problem well, we'll need to know the factors that help the countries that regularly win Olympic medals. It is seen over time that GDP per capita is the best predictor of Olympic success. That means, richer the country, more is its probability of winning more Olympic medals. That is why nations like USA, UK and Japan are consistent medal winners. According to a research, the USA spends an average of rupees 22 per sportsman every day, whereas India spends just 3 paise. Due to this huge funding gap, it becomes extremely inconvenient and difficult for most athletes to even train properly. Even Mary Kom, the only boxer to win 8 world championship medals, has been victimized as she was shocked by the substandard quality of food in the national boxing championships. But the GDP per capita ratio of countries like China, North Korea and Cuba is also not that great. But how do they win so many medals? The secret behind their success is a centralized government like communism or dictatorship. These countries especially emphasize on winning medals as it is an essential part of their nation building. Therefore, they spend much of their resources on their athletes. However, countries like Kenya, Jamaica and Ethiopia are neither rich nor have a centralized government. But with time, they have developed their speciality in a low-cost sport like sprint and mostly win medals in these sports. So, analyzing all this, we understand that India neither has a strong economy nor any sporting advantage. However, this is not all. Besides this, there are various internal problems too. Let's discuss this. The first big problem is the denial of social and domestic acceptance. We see this now and often that children wanting to pursue a career in sports are not allowed to. Because in India, education is considered to be more fruitful and respected despite knowing that more than 100 million people of our country are still unemployed. Generally, encouragement seems to be given only after achievement. So no matter how gifted one may be at a particular event, he is often forced to give it up for a greater chance at a stable, well-paid job. Being a traditional and socially conservative republic, many sports are untouched by Indians, as according to the society, these violate gender barriers. For example, tennis sensation Sania Mirza withdrew from Bangalore Open in 2008 amid concerns for her safety regarding her attire. India also severely lacks sporting facilities, as cricket legend Kapil Dev lamented that a small country like Holland has more than 200 AstroTurfs, but in India, we have just 15. Another problem is the lack of interest of people in any other sport other than football and cricket, which are considered to be second religion to the Indians. India is also deficient of good coaches, which is probably the greatest resource because every Arjuna needs a Dronacharya who can stand by him, guide him at his worst and bring the best out of him. Although India has an enormous population, its effective population for sports, that is, the population of people who can play well and get the opportunity to play as well, is very less due to child malnutrition and poor health infrastructure. So, after having discussed so many problems, we have surely realized that India does not lack talents. It just lacks most facilities, which can be attained over a period of time if we keep an open mind and don't step back from taking responsibilities. In a country like India where one's future depends on education alone and that education means only marks and percentages, we need to get the society to believe in the benefits of sports and facilitate participation to it. Education should be taken sportingly and sports should be included in education curriculum. As Paul Bryant says, it is not the will to win that matters. Everybody has that. It is the will to prepare to win that matters. So, to conclude, let us not criticize our hardworking and talented athletes because they did not win medals. Let us criticize ourselves who could not provide them with the facilities that are required to win medals. Let us unitedly stand by them, support them and not judge them, and we may soon see India getting the maximum number of Olympic medals. Because in the words of Publilius Cyrus, where there is unity, there is always victory. Thank you.